What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Strok'D Experience. I don't know why I like that, man. I always like the sound of it.
The Strok'D Experience.
The Strok'D Experience.
It sounds pretty intriguing to me. What could you possibly be referencing about that?
Man, but I know one thing, man. Take your mind to levels that never been before. That's guaranteed, man. You got that seal of approval on that.
Must be God doing it.
It's always God. Who else could it be, man?
Well, that's the only way you could truly elevate, right?
But for those of you who, always on here or whatever, you already know what time it is. Welcome back to Stroke, the Art of Mental Stimulation, where we touch subjects at depths that most people aren't willing to go. Sometimes they're afraid, man. They're afraid. But when you're letting God speak through you, you can't be afraid because you're not even in control. So whatever comes up, comes out, and that's how we do it. We're flawed, like everybody else is. We're all people. We're human beings.
Right, but we're going to keep it raw for you. So one of the things that we want to do is always resonate with the spirit. So when you're listening, try your best sometimes just to picture the picture. You know what I mean?
I got you, man. And for those of you who listen to Vibe for Five, for those of you who don't even listen to Vibe, I don't know nothing about it. Every Friday, man, Vibe for Five, we wrap the week up, the best weekend wind down for sure. 5 minutes of us just being raw nature or whatever. But for those of us who listen, you already know we said this week's episode is going to be about the illusion of time, man.
So that's one of the questions you have to ask yourself. What does time mean to you?
Why does time even have a meaning?
Exactly.
Why was it put here?
Why do you think time was put here? Well, time was a creation, right?
Okay.
Right. So we try to grasp something based off of it. So the tendency right there is to create some type of form of comprehension. So time is your manager.
Okay. It gives you a goal to hear, something to say, something to look forward to, too. That's what time does. Because most people, we really think we have time. The world is built like that. Well, we always think we have time. We distracted by other things in front of us, to give us the illusion that we have longer here than what we have. Remember, everybody's going to leave here. We always talked about in the past, a couple episodes, for those of us who listen, we talk about the summers. When you break it down, you're a certain age. You're about 40 years old. You probably got like 20 or 30 summers left. Think about that. 20 or 30 summers. When you summarize it like that and you really see how small of a time. Right? Yeah, there you go. When you put it in that type of measurement, you think about it in an entirely different way.
Right. It can create concepts in your mind if you allow it to. You can also let time manage your whole being.
Right.
That's dangerous, of course. So why illusion of time? So what is the illusion of it?
You say when? Oh.
What is it?
What is it? I think about, when I think about time in my mind, right or wrong, whatever, this is just what I think. I think about age. I think about age put here, and that's like the biggest measurement thing we have. People look at it like I'm getting old. I have to do this or whatever. They start acting old. They got it set where it's like a certain way you're supposed to act when you're old and certain things you're supposed to do at a certain age. But when you sit back and think about it, because me and my sister, we talk about it all the time, we feel like the same people from when we were kids. You get older, but you're really the same being, the same spirit growing
still
up.
Still that child within yourself, right?
Right. That's like with my parents. I thought they had it all together at my age. I thought they knew everything, whatever. But we're learning the entire time.
That's your entire life. As we live in this flesh, that's going to be a part of it, right? We're supposed to grow, evolve, and eventually this flesh will die.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you have to ask yourself when you look in the mirror, what are you using your time for?
Right. It's like the next second while I'm on this mic, I can die. Not to go there, not to get so dark or whatever. And it happens every day. So this measurement that we have of time, it's not really even consistent. Like, what are we measuring it by? It has no end. Somebody could be today, tomorrow, the next second. We're all leaving here. So why are we using this metric system to even measure this?
Right. That becomes the question. So why let time control you?
Right.
Because if you're supposed to be a free spirit, you know what I mean? And you're governed by God,
right? Nothing
else, right? And with God, what is life? Is it temporary?
Yeah, everything. Because hopefully we get to where God is. It's temporary on this earth.
But that's it. But does that mean that you cease?
Right.
Right. So this illusion can control us because we think we have nothing. We got a short period of time, and I got to hurry up and do this, and I got to hurry up and do that. And next thing you know, we're killing ourselves. What?
Right.
Slowly.
And they have everything categorized, too. At this age, you're supposed to be this. At this age, you should be married. At this age, this is the age that you have to stop having babies or whatever. Population control, we're not going to get into all that. Because I see people 40 years old having kids. You might see a 50-year-old having kids. So, that's not really up to you. And they have these measurements in place, and it's kind of driving us crazy, giving us anxiety, all these other things.
And there depression. It is right there, the anxiety that it creates. So you can find yourself not focused on the things that actually truly are important. So again, looking in the mirror, how do you use your time?
Right. The moment is the only thing that's important, though. The moment, like right now. So if you have these goals and you have these dreams, that's why every day you're supposed to live your life like it's your last. You're supposed to, do these things that's meaningful. Even when it comes to this podcast, I try to do that. If I passed away right now at this moment, I'll feel good because I know I was at least on the path of fulfilling my purpose and doing God's work. So, I would be content. So every day, be the best version of you. Stop putting things off.
Right. And you're looking at each moment at that present moment and enjoying it. It is what it is, right?
Right.
Even that moment does not control you.
Right.
But you give yourself to it so that you can experience it.
Right.
Freely.
Okay. It's always freely. Now, that's the best way.
Right.
That's the best way. But when I think about time also, it's like, I don't know, like, what are we afraid of? You think it kind of hinders us too? It keeps us at bay. So, no one's really, they following these rules. They following this set of things and, a form of control also.
It is. But see, you say control, right? Here comes the concept with time. You eventually start thinking of death, and death starts to become a fear.
Right.
And so therefore that fear transcends or connects itself back to that time.
Right.
So we let it control us for what we may perceive at that moment.
Right.
What is the best options can we do with our time?
Right. You got to think about the things that's important to you. Like, and when you get down to it, with most people, okay, how about this? If you found out you didn't have much time, like, if we found out we didn't have much time, live your life like that. Because you'll be living an entirely different way. If someone say, hey, you got a month left.
Epicureanism.
Yeah, hey, you got 2 months left or whatever. You will be living your life totally different. You'll be loving differently. You'll be trying to be at peace, at ease. I mean, you would even, all this drama, the clothes you wear, none of this stuff will matter, man, at all.
Yeah, we can't put our focus on, possessions, material things. Okay. And we'll eventually expand on that as well. But when we want to use better yet, how we want to use our time should be invested in things that are revolve around love and happiness and respect and kindness, because your spirit starts to elevate itself through those type of principles. So as you connect and bond with another person through time, it takes time to build a relationship.
It takes time for real, yes.
Right. So how do you measure it? Do you think 1 day was good enough? Do you think 3 days or 2 years was good enough for us to start establishing things? Right. So that's where we think about how time can control us in a negative or a positive.
Right. Oh, I like that, man. I like the way you put that. That might need to go down in the record books right there, man. But just do whatever you got to do with your time, man. I mean, whatever it is, don't put it off. Spend time with your kids.
Right.
I mean, hug your mama. She keep calling you and you tell her mama, hey, I'm busy. One day you won't be able to tell these people that you're busy. One day they won't be here. And it could be because they passed or you passed. Like, you really never know what time it is. Just because someone's older than you, that doesn't mean anything these days, especially. These kids dying around here. So the time, man, we got to value it.
Right. So don't chase the wrong things.
There you go.
Right? Because that becomes a part of our problem with our time. We start chasing the wrong things. And again, time gets lost right there. It seems like it's passing away so fast. Right. It's just flying, the days, the weeks, the years.
Right, quick.
And next thing you know, you go, what did I do with my time? Why I didn't spend it like this, or why I didn't spend it like that? Now we got all these regrets. Right.
What do you think the thought process could be, or something we could say to help people to make them really slow down to think about those things as valuable? You got to step out of the car because there's so many things, materialism, whatever. You're trying to keep up with people. And all alone, none of that stuff matters, man. So what is the thought process we can kind of try to help people with to get to that point, to slow down, to be able to think about that and to, spend their life fulfilling things that's valuable?
Well, one of the things I think we have to start doing is you got to take a moment to yourself to be able to reflect and think about the things that you want to do for yourself that brings joy, peace, love, kindness, and happiness within you. Like, what gives you that heavenly-like state amidst this chaotic world?
Right.
So if you take a little time to yourself, it's okay. Don't feel guilty about it.
Right.
Maybe get in the bathtub and, I don't know, do some bubbles or something.
Put the candles around.
I don't know, get with it.
Right.
But meditate in those moments. Reflect. And let that guidance help you appreciate how you want to use your time and use it wisely.
I mean, we always get back to self. It seems like every episode is self-care, self-love. It always goes back to self. You have to take care of you. It always goes back to slowing down. It always going back to looking back in that spiritual mirror. So I think at the core of everything, like, it starts with you. You have to be the healthiest version of you to be able to do some of these other things that you have. So like he said, get down to the stuff that make you feel good, the peaceful things, whatever that is to you. I know the world can sometimes have you thinking that, you're in a rush. But, sometimes we got to slow down. Get to work. Especially to hear God.
Right. Hurry up and do this. Hurry up and do that.
Right.
There's only so much time in the day. And sometimes we get caught up on that clock.
Right.
And that's a dangerous game again. I don't know how I can't come back to that. If we're so worried and concerned about it, then we lose track of what is important.
Right. We so worried about the future and getting there, and I want to do this and this and this for the future, and you're not thinking about now. We're not. The future is right now. The future is today. The future is, like I said, the next second, the next moment. That's the future. Anything that's ahead, man. So we can't look that far ahead and think we're gonna start living our lives in the future, man. We don't have time.
Yeah, like you said, the future is now.
Right. We have less time than we really think, man.
So don't be eluded. You know, when I think of an illusion as well, I also think about the glamour it has with it, the draw. You know, it pulls at you. It's alluring.
Okay.
With an illusion.
Man, that's a tongue twister right there. I almost want you to say it again, but I don't think you can.
Well, that's all good. Because the principle is simple.
Gotcha.
Now we're caught.
Now we caught up. Man, I don't know, man. What do you think we should do with this?
Well, I'm going to select this. It's been a wonderful day with you guys.
Oh, you wrapping it up with them like that? Let's do it, man. I think we really hit it, though. We hit that thing quick, man. Pull that bow and arrow out and hit it, and we were precise.
Right. No, that's 100%.
All right, so any words you want to leave them with, man?
Look, let's do everything that we can within our own power to understand the only thing we control is ourselves, our emotions. So ask yourself the things that you want out of life and let not the illusions get you caught up in it because you'll be wasting your life. And that's hey, look, I put the mirror up, that spiritual mirror you referred to a little earlier.
Right.
Put that up right to my face and ask myself, what do I want to do with my life? How do I want to use my time?
Live in the now. That's the best part.
Be present, baby.
Every day living in the now. You are the best version of yourselves when you are present, man. And with that being said, you guys know what to do. At Stroke, STROK'D _ the podcast. At Stroke, STROK'D _ the podcast. Make sure you subscribe, listen with your friends, tell your buddies about it, tell your family. But you know what just happened to you. You just got stroked up,
baby.
Bye.